Hey guys, we are in Cataloochee Valley in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It is fall and it is absolutely beautiful. We're going to head out to Little Cataloochee, which is an area that a lot of people probably aren't familiar with, but we're going to go out Little Cataloochee Trail. It's 2 miles out, 2 miles back. Come along with us. So here's the trailhead sign to Little Cataloochee Trail, and you can see that we're going to go to Little Cataloochee Baptist Church, which is 2 miles, and the trailhead is right here to the right of the sign. All right, so the first part of this trail is basically an old road that goes into Little Cataloochee, and it's a bit of a decline. It's not super steep at all. It does give you a bit of a workout coming back up. So we come to a little creek crossing here and a bridge. It's really pretty with the fallen leaves, just gorgeous. So like I said, the first part of the trail goes down to the creek. You cross the creek, which we just showed you. And then right after that, you're gonna start going back up again. There's a few ups and downs in this trail. Nothing crazy steep, but a little bit of a workout. We would give this a rating of moderate to strenuous, just because of the hills. All right, we made it to the top of the first hill where it levels off. As you can see, Ninja Hiker mode has been activated. Yeah! I'm sweating and getting hot. Also removed my jacket, so it's definitely warms you up walking up these hills. We have come to a fork in the trail. There's a trail that goes off to the right, which is Long Bunk Trail. It goes to Mount Sterling, 6 miles. We're going to continue straight on Little Cataloochee Trail to Little Cataloochee Baptist Church. All right, and we have arrived at the first house in Little Cataloochee, along the Little Cataloochee Trail, and this would be Hannah Cabin. So we're going to head up this trail right here and go see what the cabin looks like. All right guys, we have arrived at Little Cataloochee. If you're used to Big Cataloochee, this is going to look real different. There's not a lot of old home sites. Hannah Cabin was of course the first one. And then once you come down in the valley, you can see signs of people living here. Young growth trees where there were fields, the bridges, retaining walls. And if I recall my reading correctly, there used to be an old mill right here at this bridge. So we'll see if we can find some signs of that. But it's a beautiful area, beautiful day. So right here is what appears to be a foundation of an old building. which being Creekside, I would suspect this is probably the old mill. You see the log right there, some sheet metal, and a little corner of a, looks to be a foundation. And then here a large pile of what appears to be stacked rocks. Again, very much next to the creek, so it sounds like the what I had read is true. So we are walking up to the church now. You can see kind of in the woods behind me there a couple of what we think were old home sites based on some of the things that we saw, fencing, and looks like some flat areas where maybe there was some driveways. But the last portion of the hike up to the church is rather steep. It's not super long, but you can tell by the way I'm winding here that it's a little steep. But again, the church is absolutely gorgeous. Something you definitely want to do if you can make it. Alright guys, we arrived at the Baptist Church here in Little Cataloochee Valley. You can see it up there on the hill. We'll go show you some footage of it. It's a beautiful little church, especially surrounded by the fall colors. Unfortunately this year we're a little late, so they're not as pretty as the last time we were here, but it's still very pretty. One of the cool things that always reminds me of how old these buildings are is the old glass that has the waves in it. Not sure if you can see this on the camera or not, but those fall colors through that old glass sure are pretty. So one of the neatest things about this church is this right here. There is a rope that goes up to the ceiling. I wonder what that can be. Let's pull it and find out. Alright, so one of the big differences in this church versus Palmer Chapel over in Big Cataloochee is that this church has a fairly large cemetery. These old cemeteries are always a little sad. You sort of forget the number of children that died in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Looks like this little girl, her name was Effie. Was born in 1903 and died in 1905. So 2 years old. This is Carmel Bennett. January 26, 1899 to December 26, 1899. Now for those that are familiar with Cataloochee, this is a name you're going to recognize. The last name is Woody. Born February 14th, 1844 to March 26, 1926. So, you know, we all look at Cataloochee Valley and think, gosh, wouldn't it be great to live back then and have all this land and so much peace and quiet. And this graveyard's kind of a stark reminder of how difficult and hard these original settlers had it living here in the valley and establishing it and building their homes and land and fighting off disease and wild animals. It's definitely gives you some perspective. We're about a mile away from our vehicle, and this wraps up our visit to Little Cataloochee along Little Cataloochee Trail and our hike up to Little Cataloochee Baptist Church. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and be sure to hit that subscribe button as well so you can get notified of all of our future content. And we'll see you on the next adventure. Hey guys, we are here in Cataloochee Valley. We're gonna hike Hey guys, we are in Cataloochee Valley and it is beautiful. Okay, so Jen's fine. A little bit of a slip. Forgot what I was saying. Be sure to hit that subscribe. I screw this up every time.